it said Michael Jackson chemically castrated by his father. That was news to me. That's one I didn't click on. Denzel, yes. Will Smith, fucking absolutely. But chemically castrated Michael Jackson by his dad, I said, I'll ask Jim about it, because I have a feeling Jim might know about that.
Okay.
What is
I
this?
heard about this first on Joe Rogan about probably a couple of years ago. And it's a popular theory among fans. It sounds like we're talking about Supernatural. It's a fan theory, but we're talking about a man's life. But he, there was, I guess the rumors are that when he turned 12, his voice started changing. He started, getting acne, and supposedly to help the acne, Joe gave him these like hormone shots, but really people think it was to keep his voice higher pitched, like to delay the onset of puberty. And that's the theory. And that had been a theory for a while. And then Conrad Murray, the guy who killed him, wrote about it in his book. And now he came out again like, hey, remember what I wrote about? I still stand by it. I'm in the news again because the guy that I accused of something is dead.
Wait, what? Who's
Conrad Murray is the doctor
that
killed Michael Jackson. Gave him too much of propofol or chloramoflol or whatever it was that killed him. He's the doctor. In his book.
Strong words by Jim. Strong words.
No, they're not strong words by me. This is just
pills down his. Is it like did he like needle him up, or is there pills that he just OD'd on? I'm learning something about myself right now, and I don't know shit about Michael Jackson.
He didn't OD on pills. This doctor would put him to sleep all the time because he couldn't fall asleep. So this doctor would give him anesthesia and just knock him out for like 8 hours, and he just like went into cardiac arrest that one time. And
okay, yeah, that's different. Died. Okay, yeah, he murdered him. Then he gave him a little.
Yeah, he went to jail.
He gave him a little to death.
He was in jail for a little bit for some manslaughter. So
okay, so his doctor said.
His doctor wrote a book.
Stuff.
Because you get famous when you kill Michael.
If I did it called If I Killed Michael Jackson.
I definitely did.
I did that.
And in the book, he said that Joe Jackson chemically castrated Michael when he was a little boy. Now, you would assume if this is true, he would have found this out from being so close to Michael and then probably knowing the family and having access to maybe medical records or something.
Yeah, and you're the doctor, so I mean, don't you do things like cough and let me look at your dick?
He is also trying to sell books about the guy he killed. So it's hard to say, but when you listen to his voice and you see how he looked physically, didn't have a lot of muscle, very feminine voice, like it kind of makes sense. Back in the day, they used to just lop kids' balls off. In the 1800s and early 1900s, they were still doing it.
Give him the old Varus. Give him the
Varus
treatment.
Hey, you got a nice voice. Let me cut these balls off so it doesn't go away. But so
got a nice little voice.
Supposedly, Joe gave him injections and like delay, stop the onset of puberty or something with some injections.
Okay, because when I hear chemically castrated, I'm thinking like sulfuric acid on his
I don't think so.
balls and shit. I'm like, I'm not clicking that link. I'm not clicking that link. Okay, so they did it through like medicines and drugs. That's the chemical. Okay, that's not as gruesome as I thought, because I was like, I know Joe Jackson's supposed to be a dick, but that's crazy.
Just pours acid on his balls.
Yeah, hang on, Michael. Let me just. Yeah, that would have been terrible. I saw some videos back in the day where it was just like Michael Jackson's real voice. You wouldn't believe it. It's so deep, Michael Jackson's true voice. And I clicked on it. I was very interested in that. I was like, oh, he's kayfabing us for fucking decades. I love it. And I'm watching it, and it's maybe a smidge deeper than
I've
the
heard
way
that.
he normally talks.
It just sounds like him singing low. sing like a low note.
Yeah, I was like, you guys set the bar pretty low there, because I've seen ones where, like Gilbert Gottfried's real voice, like that shit messes with
or
my
Bobcat.
mind, because he does it, yeah, and Bobcat, yeah, like, that stuff. I'm like, that messes with me so bad. So I clicked on it, and I was like, oh man, Michael Jackson's gonna sound like fucking Barry White or something, and he's just like, no, I still sound like that.
Yeah, he's just.
This is like,
I
all
want to
right.
sing this really low note, but I still sound like a woman. I could totally buy it. And when people say that, like, they don't understand, there's a difference between, it's not just pitch, it's also like the timbre and the tone of the voice and like the formant and where that is of the note. So like you could sing the same note with your head voice or your chest voice or like falsetto, depending on where your range is. And it's the same tone, but they're going to sound different. So that was just him and his girly voice, like trying to sing down here. So like a woman could try and sing this note and it wouldn't sound like me talking like this.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's interesting. Weird shit. Weird people. These are weird guys. Some tragic stuff there. So I went down like the rabbit hole, Michael Jackson rabbit hole, and there was a video. This is the last one. This is where the rabbit hole ended. Whereas a video, because he had all the money in the world, and he just didn't have a childhood. We all know that. He didn't have this, didn't have that. Living a normal life was hard. And his friend owned like a mall or something, and they shut down the mall, and they put in people that he knew in there and like actors, so he could like go through the mall like a normal person and like role play. I'm a normal person doing shopping. Look at me. I'm getting Kellogg's cereal. And it was the weirdest fucking video. And like, it's like his cousin and shit walking down. And it's so bizarre. All these people play acting
sad.
For Michael Jackson.
That's
it
so
is.
sad
Yeah,
that
check that out.
He's like, hey guys, just for one time, I'll pay $1 million to have all these extras not ask me for an autograph. I bet they still had to throw people out that were like, yeah, I could totally do. Oh my God, he's right there. It's Michael. And they're like, you'll never work in this town again.
Yeah, it's weird. Like he wanted to do grocery shopping. Like that's what he chose to do.
There's a chance he hadn't been grocery shopping without being asked for an autograph since he was like 9. Because when the Jackson 5 hit, they hit big. They like went to #1 right away.
Yeah, I think I don't even think it's like, oh fucking, these marks and ring rats. Oh gee, like I don't even think it was that. I don't think he's been grocery shopping.
It's like a simulator thing. Like if we had all the money in the world, it'd be like, hey, could you guys all dress up like zombies on Halloween? And then when I open the door, and he's like, hey, can you guys all just pretend like we're at a grocery store and I want to buy some bread, but I don't know if I want wheat or white.
I'm gonna ask a lot of questions because I don't know what bread is.
That was me kissing this guy. Say hi. Say hi.
Special guest.
Okay, go away. I don't want to exploit
He's like, you don't tell me what to do. Child labor laws, man. They're brutal. So yeah, that was my Michael Jackson rabbit hole. I was curious about the castration thing, and Joe Jackson. Sounds like a real
he
piece of
does,
shit.
doesn't he? And
get out of here.
So
Joe Jackson.
Harris had posted a really long Instagram post of her holding his hand. It was like, oh, Grandpa, blah, 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 like a really long, like loving post about Grandpa Joe. And I'm just like, man, I don't know if I could get down with that. Like, I was only 9 when my dad's dad died, but I knew that he was a piece of shit to my dad. And he was nowhere near the piece of shit that Joe Jackson was. I mean, maybe with the beatings, but not like, he didn't chemically castrate anybody.
Yeah, I mean, maybe their relationship was different. Maybe Joe kind of turned it around when there was grandchildren. But still, she knows what that guy did. Yeah, it's
maybe she's just trying to take the high road.
Icky. Yeah, that who knew in that business you could do that. Is she a singer? Is she
I don't
show
know.
business?
I haven't gone down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think if they were, we'd hear about them and be like,
Yeah.
oh, Paris Jackson's a self-made billionaire. No, shut
Yeah,
up.
well, we don't, so maybe not.
Yeah, good for them. Just maybe trying to live a simple little life. Okay. Halloween. I did my Google
Okay,
search.
so this is it's a good thing Scott's not watching.
What, he doesn't want
No,
spoilers?
he just is sick of. He's like, how do you guys talk about Halloween every week? And
Oh,
it's pretty easy. So one time we
No
talked about
idea.
Friday the 13th for an hour and a half.
So I did my Google search in Halloween 2018 this week. What's going on? Nothing really. Just it's coming. It's
Breaking news. Nothing
wise,
really.
but it's coming. Like, we're getting there. We're only a couple months away now, which is exciting. But this is the time when we're going to get more trailers and we're going to get more pictures and photos, and that's what I have here. It's a production still or something of Michael Myers in all his glory, and it's going to pop up here in a few seconds for you. And I love it because Michael Myers, he's got that dad bod, you know?
As he probably would.
Yeah, because he's, 66 or something.
Okay, now
shit.
let me right away break this picture down. I think somewhat of a dad bod, but if you look how small his head is, I think we got like a perspective thing going on where there's maybe an up angle because his head is like the size of my
It's
thumb.
like Beetlejuice. It's like Beetlejuice. What the
Look at how big his hand, his
didn't
fist
even
is as big as his
notice
head.
that. Yeah.
You're like, he's so
Like,
look
'cause
how fat
my
his
eyes
hips
dark.
are. Maybe I'll play Michael
Because I was
Myers.
like, he's so low. It's like he's so lumpy. I didn't even see the fucking baby head. He's got the
Unless his
Ken doll
head
head.
shrunk over
Jesus.
years of treatment.
Yeah. That's so weird that they put that one out. But yeah, we get to see the jumpsuit here, the knife. It's just it's a production still. But he's
Cool
not,
productions.
we knew what he's kind of looked like from the trailer, but he's not going to be that 8-foot, pro wrestler monster like the Rob Zombie movies and shit like that. He's a taller old man with the grandpa body.
Cool looking mask, I gotta say.
Grandpa Michael.
He's already been Uncle Michael.
Because I go through my closet every day because that's where my clothes are, and I'll leave it open, and I'll close it before I go to bed. And so, as every now and then, I'm like, it just makes me think of that scene from the trailer where the girl's trying to close the closet, and he does the thing, and I'm just like, man. I mean, if he came out right now and got me, I wouldn't even be mad. But damn, like I think about that part of the trailer almost like every other night because I leave this goddamn closet.
Yeah, we have like part 1 closets, like the longer closet with the accordion doors. Except we don't have the slats in ours, but they like close like that. But they're never closed.
Yeah.
So if the light is off in the room, but the light is on in the closet, it's very creepy looking.
Just enough light to
poke someone in the eye with a coat hanger.
So we're 3 months away from that. Probably going to get a longer trailer here in a month or so. And until then, we're going to deal with production stills like this lumpy baby head.
And then everyone else has to deal with them.
So that's what I wanted to bring today for Halloween. I also wanted to talk about Friday the 13th.
Another horror movie topic? That's very unlike us.
Kind of. It's Friday the 13th, the video game. Do you remember the video game?
And I almost played it again on another Friday the 13th and did not.
I was in the same boat. I wish I did. I'm actually going to play it after this. And there's a reason why. And if I knew this on Friday, I've definitely done it then. Friday the 13th on PC, and I think it's on the consoles too. It's online multiplayer game. One person's Jason and the other counselors. And if you're Jason, you kill them. Otherwise, you're running away. It's a very good atmosphere. It's clunky, but it's very playable and it can be very enjoyable. The thing that makes it unplayable are the other people, the other players, the other human beings. Because you want to play this game, you want to get spooked, you want to get in this, this certain mindset, and you got people who are just like YOLO 69 420. You're just like, this is
I was gonna say, isn't the worst when it's Jason and he's like, "Come over here, man, I'm gonna get you." Well, yeah, you're doing it wrong. That's not the meta. I'm gonna get you. I'm part 6 Jason, so I can throw these darts. And like, you're doing it wrong.
I love that. That's the guy that I think of when I ask myself why I don't play this game. Is that fucking guy who's just like, you're going through the back door, huh?
You didn't read the online tutorial, huh?
And I think that was the day that killed that game for us. I don't think we've really been back because that
just ruins it. The only thing I hadn't accomplished was killing Jason, and I got so close.
Oh yeah, you were obsessed with that. You just get the sweater and you do the thing and the Tommy Jarvis, and you were so gung-ho about it. I would pick.
So you could set your preference, right, where you prefer to be Jason, you are neutral, you don't care if you're Jason or a counselor, or you prefer to be a counselor. So I set my preference to counselor. Just because I'm like, I got to kill him. I don't want to be Jason. And every time I'd be Jason, I'd get pissed.
Yeah, well, I was looking into it because I kept seeing more streams of it. I was like, why are people streaming this again? Why are there YouTube videos of this again? Unless they really like it, but I don't think so. And I found out why. They've added a single player.
They did talk about that early on in development, that they were going to add a single player mode.
And I remember when we were hyping this game, I'm just waiting for it to come out. And we're like, it's all online multiplayer. That's what we were excited about. Single player, like, fuck that. We've had that with NES. It's garbage. No, thank you. This looks very good. You play as Jason, and you get objectives. I'm going to try to throw this up here on the thing. I'm having problems on my end. Hopefully the stream's doing okay. If it's not, look guys, look. But you're Jason, and like there are little cut scenes, and you're going against these NPCs, these bots essentially, and it looks so fucking cool. It's like, all right, kill this guy while he's fucking with the car, and kill somebody using this weapon, and do this and this, and don't get found out. Like, do like a stealth run where people don't.
I see escape. One of these things here says, get all 3 skulls as part 5 Jason. When did they add part 5 Jason?
I think they added a part 5 Jason as well. Look, we haven't played
now.
This
is it
thing
Roy?
In a year.
Is it jumpsuit blue stripe?
Yes. I've seen the part 5 Jason, and it pissed me off because I was watching one of the videos, and they're like, "Oh, you fucked up, Jason." He's saying it to himself or something, and I'm like, Roy. Like every time he would say Jason, I would just say Roy.
Roy.
Like, Roy. It's not
Savini.
It's Roy. You should
say Savini Jason.
Savini.
I think this Tommy guy was in one of the movies.
Speaking of that, they added. See, and here's where I don't know this character's name. And if you can pull this will be fucking amazing. Wheelchair guy.
Do I know his name? I do not. From part 2.
The character, yeah.
He was.
Because I'm watching the video, and there's a wheelchair guy. Yeah. So there's a wheelchair guy, and I don't know if it's supposed to be that character or if it's an homage or rip off of it, but I don't care. There's a fucking wheelchair guy rolling around, and you can kill the shit out of him. The single player definitely looks like something that I'm gonna bounce in and out of from time to time when you want to get your Jason.
I could definitely get into that,
and you don't want to deal.
I would like to do a single player where I'm not Jason though, because that would be a little more. Then you have, like, you could sort of get into this scariness of it and not have to hear, "Hey, I got the battery."
Yeah. He said he went to the wrong fucking car.
behind you.
There is a guy that did that. He's just like, hey, it's me, Jason.
I heard rumors that they're now maybe this has happened and we're just that tuned out. But I heard rumblings that they're going to add another hero. Creighton Duke.
Hero? Oh.
That would get me right back on this game. They get him to come in and do the voice.
Now I'm trying to think.
I don't think so.
Because all right, yeah. Well, I mean, that's not how the movies work. 'Cause I was gonna say, well, Creighton Duke didn't ever kill Jason, did he? But Tommy Jarvis didn't. Real adult
Correct.
Tommy Jarvis didn't like cut his head. Yeah, because they combined the sweater and all that lore together. Yeah, that's very good. I hope they do that. Why not? There's like 4 characters in this whole fucking universe. Just put them in your fucking game.
Or give us like a part 5 Tommy who's like really good at boxing. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. If they give us,
Tommy's the only hero still,
like a
right?
City map. I
You know?
guess. I haven't played the game.
I mean,
yeah,
but no, I mean from when we played back, that was the only hero character.
Oh yeah.
Because that was the talk is we need to. If they add more heroes, who could they add? Well, definitely Duke. I think it's a licensing thing, though. I think it's not like I'm sure now, like when you sign on to be in an Avengers movie, you're signing all these licensing agreements for merchandising and all that. And I think they didn't have any of that back in the day, and that's why they had to it cost them extra money to even have the Tommy character in the game with Tom Matthews likeness and all that. Because I think that's why the counselors are all generic.
Yeah, and I think they like the classic stuff more than they're not gonna pull from Jason Goes to Hell or
but it's
Jason X. I don't think it is Creighton Duke.
Can you?
And so you've heard this?
It was a
you heard this
YouTube
rumor?
speculation video. Who knows? Okay, but the fans are the fans want it apparently. But listen, think about it. Think about this. You have a whole separate Jason Goes to Hell mission where Duke's the hero of the map and you got to find the knife. It'll be like another way to kill him, like knocking off his mask, and you got to have Tommy in the sweater. Then you got to have a Voorhees character has to stay alive, and someone's got to have the knife, and then Roman Candle's got to shoot out of him.
Yeah. There's a new counselor, but she's not a counselor. She's an FBI agent, and she just does danger rolls all the time.
In a towel. She's like, oh, it's a good thing I wore this thong to this setup for Jason.
Yeah, this 1992 thong that just goes right up to my fucking armpits. Ooh, yeah. This is gross. I'd rather see granny panties on you, lady. This is fucking disgusting. But what other heroes could they do? Tommy Jarvis, Creighton Duke.
Yeah, you're about plumb out at that point.
That's it.
Honestly.
That's it. That's it.
That's I can't think of any more. So
see, I'm trying to play devil's advocate for them. Like, what other DLC and new stuff can you do? It's all going to be locations and missions and stuff like that. Like, give me the diner from, Jason Goes to Hell. Give us New York, give us Manhattan, give us that fucking boat.
The ship would be. I bet it would get tedious, but I bet it would be hard to get away from them in there.
It should be. It's a boat. If you're in a forest, it's there's some things you might be able to do to get out of that, but when you're on a boat, you're gonna
Dave
die.
says the stream's frozen. Well, you can listen to this later when we post it.
Yep.
The ship would be awesome. I would really like a small chunk of Manhattan would be cool. And it doesn't even have to be Manhattan. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, But we have some more locations that they haven't messed with, like the Jason Goes to Hell big mansion house. I guess you kind of get that in the part 3 map.
Yeah, I like the mansion map, and if you know you got Jason X,
Space.
you can get some of that spaceship map. It was a spaceship, right? They were all in space.
Yes. The very beginning
Okay.
isn't in space. He's like locked in a cell or something, like chained up to the floor, and then somehow he gets on a ship.
I was watching Jason X because it's Friday the 13th, and that's one of the only few Friday movies that I have on DVD. So I was kind of asked out. I wanted to watch Jason Goes to Hell, but that froze up. Like I think my disc is scratched, so I have
It's worn
to
out
replace
right
that.
at the part where she's
So
in the tent. The laser just burned through it. You put it in, and your player has it memorized. Like, we know where you're going. Yeah. Chapter 16. Here it comes.
Oh, but Jason, I'm watching it, and it's more comedic. Like they were going for comedy. All the characters are
Yeah.
smart asses and quips left and right. But what was surprising is that they weren't bad. A lot of the jokes weren't bad. Like there weren't a lot of shit jokes. They were very consistently average little insults and quips, and I was like, it's watchable. But I kind of, it's one of the few movies where like the sex scenes I find uncomfortable because they kind of come out of nowhere
Yeah,
on me.
they're
And I'm just
obligatory.
like, oh yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It makes sense when you're
And-
camping. When you're, I'm with my buddies. Maybe they're late teens, early 20s, college age. We're going to this cabin. Like, you know what's going to happen. You know why you're going there. That makes sense. But it's like, we're on this important space mission. Let's fuck. What?
That's fun. So yeah, did you do anything for Friday the 13th party?
I did not. I just posted like cryptic lines that Pamela Voorhees said with no context. And I said like, happy birthday,
Good.
Jason. Because that was his birthday.
It's his birthday. It's unfortunate that the stream is doing what it's doing because I do have. Can you see
I
images?
can see the images. Our
If I
video
were to-
is frozen, but when you put an image up, it pops up. And Dave said he can hear the audio. The stream's
I
still
see.
going, but our video's frozen.
Yeah, I think it's
I bet it's somewhere in the codec.
I don't know, guys. Yep. Sorry about that. But here's gonna be another. Let's talk about Hulk
Here's
Hogan first
gonna be a
before I get before I get to David
Wow.
Arquette. Let's talk about
Wait, I'm
Hulk
sorry.
Hogan because he's back.
WCW champion David Arquette. He held the title.
Oh yeah. Former champion David Arquette.
World
Hulk Hogan.
heavyweight champion, not just like the TV champ. So tell me about
That would have made sense too because he was on television.
Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. I think it was last week, maybe the week prior. I was just like, I was thinking, Hulk Hogan, people kind of forgot about all that racist shit he said. He'll be back. I'm
Yeah.
sure he'll be back. He's back.
Uh-oh.
He's back. His suspension. They're saying his suspension is over, his 3-year suspension. And I think he signed a new contract with WWE.
That was 3 years ago.
So he's
God
Yeah.
bless America.
So he's back. He was at the pay-per-view yesterday. He wasn't on camera at all, but he was backstage and he addressed the crew and he did his apologies and a lot of sobbing and weeping and very emotional. And of course, the cameras were running so they can get it on WWE 24. But he's back. I find that weird.
He wasn't really. It wasn't like he was back full time and then this stuff happened and they canned him.
Yeah, but it's like he was just dead. It's like he was a non-entity. It was like he got Benoit, but he was alive.
He didn't murder anyone either. I mean, I know he said racist stuff, but I'm not going to defend racist stuff at all. Shouldn't there be a threshold somewhere? Like, I don't believe in second chances for everyone all the time, But we definitely need as a society to come up to agree upon the threshold. I'm not saying where it should be, but I'm saying we need to agree where the threshold is, because I don't know anybody in my life that has not said something racist. Everybody I know, literally everyone I've ever met, I know for a fact has said something racist at some point.
Yeah, it's strange. It reminds me of the NFL, where these guys will beat their wives and they'll fucking kidnap stepchildren and they'll do these terrible things, but then it's just like, oh, he said a racist thing, he's out of here. And it's just like Ray Rice like dragged his wife by the fucking hair out of that elevator after beating the shit out of her. And like, we need to figure out, yeah, like you said, like we need to talk this out.
Over. If we decide that it's, hey, if you're a public figure, one strike and you're out, that's fine, but we need to agree upon the threshold.
Yeah, it's nuts. Titus O'Neil, he's a funny wrestler. I actually like his stuff, but they don't use him. He was on Twitter. Hulk Hogan was on the radio or something, and somebody was just like, "Oh, Hogan's back, fuck this," and Titus O'Neil like retweeted it or something. So not every black wrestler back there seems to have forgiven the Hulkster or is super happy about this, despite
I'm not saying I have either. And I'm not saying that he deserves a second chance, but I'm talking about in general. Man, we're at this point where you say one thing wrong, and unless you're the president, you say one thing wrong on Twitter, and like you're just done. And I think people maybe it is good. Like maybe if we should have had this 50 years ago, but we definitely didn't. And I'm sure.
Right. Well, now you're talking about, consistency and hypocrisy, and which is hilarious because this is professional wrestling. It's like the shadiest business in the fucking world, and they're gonna be the morality police. And it's all PR, of course, but it's just, I don't know, it's carny.
It's just weird who they decide to Benoit and who they don't, because like they basically Benoit China, right? So they Benoit her because she was in a porn. But Hogan can come back. We definitely saw him fucking. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a Hogan.
Who?
Wasn't a porn. But
It
was there on video and people saw it and heard it.
Yeah, it's a guy though. They don't like it. They don't like it when the girls I'm surprised they brought Paige back. That's crazy to me. Because that one I was just like, oh Jesus Christ, she's like licking cum off the title belt and shit. And it's just like,
lick it up.
Yeah, I mean,
and then come back and be like, oh, now I'm back, and now what?
But then at the same time, Victoria, remember Victoria? She was a lady wrestler, black hair. She had like the Widow's Peak was her finisher. I like her. She had, a video leaked out there, and that I think she got Benoit a bit. Not that she's a big name, but when they did the Ladies Royal Rumble and they brought everybody who's alive back for it, but not her, I was like, it's probably because she did that butt sex tape.
Jimmy Snuka, did he get Benoit? He probably should have, right?
I don't think so. Unless it gets a lot of publicity, they don't care. Like the whole not Mae Young. What's the bad one's name?
Not Mae Young.
The one, the other old broad.
Oh,
what's the other old broad?
They always came out as a pair too. When they were old, they just roll them out there. Yeah, Mae Young and
the
other lady.
Fabulous Moolah.
Yes.
Fabulous Moolah. But like that was like kind of like the worst kept secret is how she pretty much been prostituted and these young lady wrestlers and really took advantage of them, real shithead. But it was just kind of whispered about, so it wasn't a big deal. So they didn't really give a shit when they were like, it's the Fabulous Moolah Royal Rumble. And then, people are like, no, and it sparked things. And once that got out, once there was bad publicity to speak of, they shut that shit down. So they don't really care unless people know.
Which is that's the part I don't like. It's disingenuous, And Jerry Lawler, if you're wondering, like, what about him? Well, I'm not going to get us tangled up in a web, but just Google it. Just Google Jerry Lawler allegations.
Yeah,
they're Snuka-esque, from what I recall. I don't know. Let's just have some consistency and all agree on where the line is.
I agree. Now let's talk about another world champion, and that is David Arquette. And you're going to see a photo here in a few seconds on the non-stream. Now he's been doing this last couple months.
What the fuck am I looking at?
He's been attending indie shows, usually as a fan. I mean, he loves wrestling. That was the whole fucking point of putting the strap on him. But he still does somehow. I wouldn't have been mad if he's like, fuck wrestling. That shit, fuck it. But he still loves wrestling, and he would show up at these shows, and every now and then it seems like he'll get in the ring. He'll do a match, and it's just like a spot. It's like, a 60-second match. Like Macaulay Culkin does this every now and then too. He'll come in and clothesline somebody and pins. It's just all fucking.
Now, when Macaulay Culkin does it, does he have cum coming out of his hands?
He doesn't have cum coming out of his hands.
Okay, because this picture of David Arquette, definitely, it's like giant ropes of cum coming out of his hands. What's going on?
Well, he understands you need a gimmick. Macaulay Culkin's going out there, and he's just like, I'm the kid from Home Alone. And David Arquette said, nah. You need to.
I'm the kid from Home Alone.
Character. He said, you need a character. You know what they call me?
What do they call you? Hey, David Arquette, what do they call you?
You know what they call me?
All right, let's hold it together. Let's try again one more time. 3, 2, 1. Hey, David Arquette, what do they call you? I'm sorry, they call it.
I'm trying to say it.
Just say it. Hey, David Arquette,
the cum man.
What do they call you?
It's me, the cum man.
The cum
That's
man?
What I do. I'm the cum man. I come out and I shoot it out of my palms.
Yeah. I heard, man, I don't know where I heard this recently, but that their spiders come out of their front arms or something, male spiders. And that makes all this.
I needed another reason to be afraid of spiders.
Oh.
Now they're going to David Arquette me.
Keep looking at the picture. Oh, God.
Oh, man. I got fucking tears down my face. Okay. Damn, this show is just rolling. We're rolling. How are you? Let's talk about Jim before I just do all these fucking movie bullshits.
I'm doing well. I got a guitar. I had to drive like 2.5 hours each way to get it.
I saw
it was worth
it on Instagram. You were so bored with your drive that you're like, I'm just gonna live Instagram.
And I did it safely. It was it was mounted. It was all hands free. But it was such a good. It was like more than half of what they usually go for on the used market. And I'm like, oh, can you meet me halfway? No. And I'm like, I still fucking want that guitar. And then I hit him lower, like, will you take this for it? And he's like, sure. I'm like, God, I gotta go drive out there now.
Yeah.
So I've been touching that guitar up, doing some work on it. And hopefully I'll get that done tonight and find out if I know what the fuck I'm doing or not.
I thought you meant you were playing it and you just said it in a weird rock and roll way. I've been touching that guitar.
I had a couple little problems with it, and I had to. They were like, "Oh, it'll be $80 to have it fixed." I'm like, I don't have $80. Let's just do it ourselves.
Yeah, because you've been trying to sell shit that you don't really need or use anymore. So when I saw you were driving, hours to pick up a guitar, I was like, something has happened. This is a bargain of a lifetime.
Oh, it totally was. It's not only, it's one of these guitars that people sell it, they'll upgrade it and sell it for, at least try to, on reverb.com. They'll try and sell it for more than it costs new, because to find it in this color new in stock somewhere is kind of a chore, because they're pretty cool guitars, especially for the price. So even ones that are just in okay shape, they usually go for really close to the new price. And this was like a third of what they cost new. It was crazy. And then he wanted to take even less money when I got there, and I just couldn't do it.
What?
I couldn't do.
What?
Why?
What?
I'll tell you why. Because
no, I didn't say why. I said what? I know why. Because you're an idiot.
Because man, he's got diabetes. He's got this guy's got all these health problems, and I know you're like, well, he's just tricking you. No, I Facebook stalked him. You know, like he had a GoFundMe for his wife's cancer surgery. So I'm like, this guy's. I'm not taking even more money from him. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Now I'm curious, and that's very nice, of course. But I'm wondering. So you guys agree? Yeah, I'm gonna sell it to you for. We'll just say.
I'll tell you the price. I don't know why I'm like. Okay, it's a guitar that's normally $400 new. People usually sell them used between. The lowest I've seen it is like $280, but they usually go for over $300 used, just because they're really cool and they're a cool guitar to like upgrade and put cooler parts on. And he had it listed on Facebook Marketplace for like $225, and then like there was a newer listing of it for $185, and I'm like, you meet me halfway. Whoa. And he's like, nah. I said, you got to do $175. He's like, okay. Looks like I'm driving out there. And then he's like, let's just call it $160. I'm like, dude, you barely have 2 legs left. Let's just not.
Why? Well, I don't understand. Like, you've agreed. Like, did he really like the cut of your jib? What brings it from 175 to 160?
I think he felt bad because I made all of the drive.
Oh,
it's far. I mean, nice. 2.5 hour each way drive. But
yeah,
without him going into it, I'm like, this guy's had a little rough patch going on here, and he's already selling it for dirt cheap, and then I talked him down more. I'm not gonna. He's like, I'll tell you what. Don't you give me $20 and a handshake? Like, no. Here's the money we agreed upon.
Yeah, jeez. Well, that's nice. It sounds like 2 nice guys made a nice deal, and you got a cool guitar out of it.
Yeah, I did. You know what?
Cool guitar.
Well, you know what? There's no point because the video's frozen. I was like, I'll show it to you.
Well, I can see it.
Yeah, you could. Hold on one second. Let me. I got it right here.
This is about me. This whole show is my show. This is for my entertainment. I'm gonna predict that it's a guitar.
So.
Oh my God, he broke it. It's in 2 pieces.
I'm in the middle of leveling and crowning the frets.
Yeah, it looked like you Jeff Jarretted that son of a bitch. And I was like, oh, fuck, he broke it already.
Here's the neck.
That's pretty.
I have it all taped off. And yeah, the $80 repair, it's not really... What I needed done to it is it had a couple of dents in a couple of these frets. You know, you play in the same spot over and over, and it'll wear in that spot and sort of make like a little indentation.
Oh, yeah. Like my Jason Goes to Hell DVD, right.
So to have someone professionally level this and then crown the frets costs $80, which is actually not bad for the price I got quoted to do it. But I'm like, you know what? The frets are messed up. I got the tooling to sort of do it myself. I'll just try and do it myself. And it turned out really nice. You can see how shiny they are, right? No dents there. But I have to put it back on and see if it plays.
Well,
if it doesn't...
Good luck with that.
If it doesn't... I'm still in the black. No, it's not a race thing.
Is that how
it's
that
a
works?
financial thing.
Well, yeah, do us a favor, and when you finish it up, post it on the Facebook page. People
Yeah,
can see it.
I'll have it finished up tonight, and we'll see what happens with it.
Oh,
Like, it's done. I just got to
shit.
string it up and see if it worked. It's tricky. It's trickier than it looks.
You gonna play with it Thursday? You doing?
I'm doing
Thursday
a Wednesday thing
Thursday?
at One Trick Pony in Lansing because I have family in from out of town. They leave Thursday and they want to see me play one of these open mics. So I'm going to play at One Trick Pony in Lansing, Illinois on Wednesday. Starts at 7.
Nice. That place is gonna love you. It's like the open mics where, you know, a comic will bring like 6 or 7 friends, and the fucking owner's like, "Do you want to get booked? Do you bring people?"
Yeah, it's it'll be fun. It'll be all right.
Cool.
And I'll get to play more than 3 songs, which will be nice for them. Yeah, that's what I got going on. So I'm excited about that.
Cool. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you didn't rip off that poor sick man.
I did
And
not.
enjoy your toy. So,
Yes.
RoboCop. You can probably guess why I'm going to talk about
Isn't there's like a sequel to the remake or something, or a new remake?
it. I believe it is a sequel. I think it's a sequel to the original.
Are
I
they
think
Halloween
they're
in
doing
it?
the Halloween. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be getting.
Can we
more
get
of.
more of that all the time? That'd be swell. Because I'm tired of these remakes that suck. Oh, the video all of a sudden works. Now that I'm fingering my guitar.
Hey, oh shit! Stop fucking picking my nose. Yeah, I'm trying to see if it is a sequel. I think this is just another property that's kind of dead. I think we just need to sit on it for about at least 5 years.
Yeah, when did Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 come out? 2009? 8?
Yeah, it sucks so bad that it's still like that wound is still fresh. But it was a long time ago. But it just
One
it
came
sucks
out
so
in
bad.
2006.
And because they did that RoboCop remake, obviously, where he had the black suit, and it was just, whew, not great. Even though I think our guy was in it, Ray Kroc was in that one.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
I just think Michael Keaton. I honestly couldn't think of his name, so
Samuel
I had to pull Ray
Jackson was
Kroc.
in it too. He was one of like the OCP news guy. I liked how they had like a Fox News channel, and basically, I liked where I thought they wanted to go with a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean that's just how a lot of these movies are. It's just like they usually start with a pretty respectable script, and then I mean these are fucking billion-dollar entities that they have to micromanage it, and they just smother it and they kill it, and it sucks for them, and that's probably what'll happen with this. This one, Neil Blomkamp is attached to it. That's the District 9 guy. He also did Chappie, but he's known as the District 9 guy because Chappie was terrible. So
did he have any involvement with?
But he's
the remake.
talented.
Who did the remake?
I think it was just a bunch of no names. I think when we looked over it, this was like probably 5-6 shows ago. It was a bunch of guys that didn't have great resumes. But this one is at least Neil Blomkamp, and he's very talented.
Pretty talented.
We'll see what happens. He's pretty talented. Just leave the property alone.
Leave it alone. No, let's Halloween it. Okay, let's do the test. If Halloween's good, we gotta be. If this Halloween skip the shitty ones is good, we need to do this with more movies. Don't hem and haw. They're about to do it with Terminator. James Cameron's like, give me that shit back. What have you been doing with this? He's like a kid. James Cameron's like a dad where he goes in the garage and the kid's been like fucking up his drill. He's like, what are you doing with that? That's my favorite one, and you're ruining it. Give me that back.
I just think it's crazy the way that Hollywood evolves with trying to use established properties. Now, for a while, like the 80s and 90s, and obviously before then even, we had sequels. You had an original movie, and then you made a sequel. And then in the 90s, early 2000s, we started getting prequels. Ooh. And then it was what? Remakes, reboots, reimaginings. Go fuck yourself. It's stuff remakes. Just shut your mouth. Call it a remake, you asshole. And now, somehow, these snakes, these creative motherfuckers, they found another way to use the property. Say we're just gonna get rid of the bad ones. It's just we're gonna pick our spots on the sequel. It's like
a resequeling. It's like a resequeling. Like, oh, pretend like we didn't make a sequel, and now this is the sequel.
And the way it works with that is it rewards. It makes you feel satisfied and rewarded as a fan of that property, because you have to do a little bit of, mental gymnastics. Say, well, we're getting rid of these movies which had this, this, and this, which means we're stuck with this movie that has this, this, and that. So if you're a fan of that property, you get rewarded for doing that math for them, and it's nuts. And I'm just so curious of what the next evolution of milking a franchise.
Well, I'll tell you what, Peter Weller's still alive. He's 71 years old. And
I said all this shit, and Jim's just like, Peter Weller dead?
Well,
no,
it's pertinent because you could totally resequel this one. And again, it's like Halloween, Dale. Here's what I don't like these fucking snakes, right? This resequeling bullshit they're doing. And we coined that today, right? So when you see that in a headline 2 years from now on some clickbait site, remember we came up with resequeling. I'm so hard for the Halloween resequel. I'm so hard for it. And if you show me Peter Weller, like they're dusting off some basement, like what's this in here? Like fire this up, and he comes back on, and his prime directives pop up, and he's rusty, but like he's still got one good fight in him. God, I'm just gonna start beating off.
So that's how you do it. They would just find him.
Of course.
Or it's not like he hasn't been doing this for the last 30
What's
years.
in Lot B, Section 4? What's in this crate? It's just Robocop, and they dust him off, and he's old man. He looks like a 71-year-old man now. It's been so long. Well, that is living tissue, so it would age like a man ages. and then squeeze Michael Keaton back in there for me somehow.
Yeah, you gotta keep Michael Keaton. That was good shit. Yeah,
well, my grandfather Dick Jones ran this company. Just stroking. I'll just start stroking.
This RoboCop movie is going to be called RoboCop Returns.
Lewis, hang it up.
So yeah, this is okay. I'm trying to see if this is a fucking sequel to the original or.
When I was reading it, it sounded
Let's
like it was a
pretend
sequel to the reboot, so I instantly got soft. The first thing that comes up when I Google RoboCop Returns is, what is the point of RoboCop? I can't tell. It's so hard to tell if this is a reboot or a resequel.
They don't know. Because they don't know. They're just like, it's RoboCop, he's half man, half cop.
No, he's all cop.
Yeah.
Jerry, you got it wrong. We're pitching him. You don't even remember that he's part machine, part man, but he's all cop. Blue Lives Matter. He's partly cop. He's more of a man. Can't
we just do a Child's Play reboot?
Are they doing that?
They're doing a child's play. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Okay, here's a headline. I found this from NME.com.
Okay.
Robocop Returns, this is the headline. Robocop Returns will be a direct sequel to Paul Verhoeven's 1987 original. They're skipping Frank Miller's half-baked horseshit sequel. You didn't know Frank Miller wrote that?
I didn't know you had such disdain.
Like, nostalgia me loves RoboCop 2, but if you watch them back to back, like, it just doesn't got the punch.
Jim, look at Jim. Get looking at
it.
Yes. Got the nuke, man. Yeah, nuke. You got that fucking cult guy in a machine.
Red Rover.
You got the
cult guy. You know who that is? That's Tommy Noonan. That's Frankenstein from... He was so good in that too, but it was just okay. The first RoboCop is like a fuck Reaganomics, like the 80s is bullshit. We're all gonna nuke each other. It was like a very anti-corporate movie, and then part 2 was just say no to drugs. Yeah, it was drugs. It was less of the political climate. RoboCop hates drugs, don't you? It was almost like a making fun of itself, and it didn't know it.
Yeah. So yeah, this one is gonna be a direct. You're gonna get it. They're gonna dust it off. They're gonna be in the fucking warehouse, and the guy's gonna be like, "Hey, I found the Ark of the Covenant." And he's like, "Fuck that! I found." And he
still sounds exactly the same. If you watch Sons of Anarchy, Peter Weller's in it, and you close your eyes and you're like, "Why is RoboCop saying that thing to that whore? Why is RoboCop fucking that whore?"
So here's how RoboCop Returns is going to work, at least as on a success level. You look at Halloween. They're remaking it 2018, but it's a sequel to the thing. They brought in Jamie Lee Curtis. They brought in John Carpenter.
Nick Castle.
They're handling it with love. And Nick Castle. They're handling it with respect and care, and they're bringing back who they can. If you don't have Peter Weller in your fucking sequel to his movie where he was RoboCop, you're dead.
And you're calling it RoboCop Returns, which means this is not like a brand new RoboCop for a new era. No.
Yeah.
You're telling me RoboCop, who is that character, is returning. It's like Michael Myers Returns, a brand new killer. That's not Michael Myers. What? So you got to come correct with it and give me Peter Weller. It can't be too expensive.
Yeah, like he was doing guest spots on USA's show Psych and stuff.
I'm sure.
Which is a great show. It's just,
I'm sure he's dying to do it. He didn't get fat. He could fit in the suit.
Oh, give me a fat RoboCop.
We had that with Robert John Burke in part 3. RoboCop 3 was not Peter Weller. It was just another dude that looked nothing and sounded nothing like him.
It's fucking
nothing like him.
Shots.
Sounded nothing like him.
Woo!
And they gave him a job.
But they were ninjas. And they were ninjas, though.
He was cool. That was a badass villain.
So this might be another movie that, we keep an eye on from time to time, mostly to see that casting, and then we'll probably give it a rest.
Maybe you will,
because
I'm not giving it a rest.
Yeah, but it starts there. It's like phase 1, cast Peter Weller. Phase 2, maybe
phase
a good
2
story.
Doesn't matter.
Phase 3. It really doesn't. And see, RoboCop Returns.
Phase 1, get RoboCop.
Right. See, the only way that they don't get Peter Weller, like their choice, is if they make it a sequel to like 1990 or whenever the fuck the first one took place, like a direct, like minutes after the first one. This CG? Story took place.
God.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd see that. Yeah, I would.
But if they do this one where it's just like this old fucking RoboCop machine in 2018, I think the story is going to be about like, old timey philosophies and ways of life. Taking on millennial. We're going after millennial scum. That's going to be interesting to see the political landscape that they choose to put on the screen and the message that they tell.
They could slow burn me too. You can give me like 20 minutes without RoboCop. You can give me 30 minutes if you're really building it.
I love
if
that.
If you're really building it, give me 30 minutes without him. And then people are just like, what are we going to do? Where do we turn? What could help us in this time of need? What's under this layer of dust and filth?
I love that so much. You know what? You can slow burn me. I'll give you 20 fucking minutes.
It better not be longer than 2 hours.
And then I want, especially if the first, it begins with like a Dark Knight action scene, which is like 15 minutes. So you establish some bad guys.
I think that's a pretty slow burn in a sequel, because usually sequel is like, we got that shit out of the way, and it starts with, Riggs and Murtaugh are chasing these Dutch guys on the street, like right out of the gate, So that's how sequels start. Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do there?
And
what's going on, guys? Forgive and forget. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't expect this conversation to go this long and to get me as excited as it did. Because you're a bigger Robocop fan than I am, but I'm excited. I'm a little fucking excited about this. Talented filmmaker at the helm. Get Peter Weller. All right. Like I said, there's a Child's Play reboot. This is what we're gonna be seeing this shit a lot because of Stranger Things, because of it. That was very successful. They're gonna see what the fuck they have available to them. Every now and then I hear something about the Toxic Avenger, like a big name studio wants to do Toxic Avenger, and then they're like, oh, we have to work with those people. Nah, we're good.
I'll let you. When the Big Trouble in Little China reboot finally comes out, I'll believe that Toxic Avenger is going to get a big treatment.
But they've been doing these Child's Play sequels for a while, and they get goofy and goofy. The last two, they got the original director and writer back, so they started being more serious and scary, at least an attempt. But they were like shoestring budget, like 2 locations, but pretty solid movies. But according to Collider, the plan for the Child's Play remake by a big studio here is set the film in modern day and focus on characters who are teenagers, similar to Stranger Things and the Losers Club in the It franchise.
Huh?
I think that's what we're gonna. I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of that. Stranger Things, and the fatigue will set in. But until then, I think you're gonna see a lot of like scrappy 13.
Now, is this going to be a re-sequel too, or is this going to be a reboot? This
remake, straight remake, because I think they know. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, Bride of Chucky, Son of Chucky. Let's just nuke it. Let's just fucking
re-sequeling's where it's at now, fellas.
They could. It's like, let's pick up right after Andy goes to the fucking boot camp, and I think that's when things really take off. It's unclear whether or not the villainous doll will be the redheaded Chucky or a different one, although Collider says Chucky is probably the choice producers will settle on in the script.
I'll tell you what. You put a new doll that's not Chucky in a Child's Play remake up against Peter Weller as RoboCop in RoboCop Returns at the box office. You tell me who comes out on top. Go Robo.
So this is another one that I probably won't keep an eye on because I have no faith. This is just a money grab. This is I don't like that. Last bit of news here on our talking points list is this fucking Joker movie. Have you heard about this?
I remember hearing about it a few years ago, around the time of I almost said Sinister Six, around the time of Suicide Squad, that they were making a Joker movie, and it was not going to be that Joker in Suicide Squad. It was going to be a different story altogether. And then I hadn't heard anything after that. What's going on with it now?
Well, not too long ago, maybe a year, it sounded like they were going to do a Joker movie with the Suicide Squad one, and I was like, God, Jesus Christ. But the Joker origin movie is officially a go at Warner Brothers, according to HollywoodReporter.com. This actor, I'm not going to say his name just yet, recently finalized his deal to star as the arch nemesis of Batman, and shooting is set to begin
origin, so it can't be Nicolas Cage. He's too old.
I would say this actor, yeah, he's younger than Nick Cage, but probably not as much as I think. He's got some miles on him. This is a Joker origin story. And this is a decent actor. Not my favorite, but he does Strange pretty well. I think he'll probably do a much better job than Jared Leto. But the fucking name, I can't believe this is where they went. The actor who's going to play the Joker.
Hold on, let me guess.
Ooh,
Okay,
you just got in.
American or non-American?
I believe American.
Oh God. Bradley Cooper.
Oh, so I think this person is older and not as handsome as Bradley Cooper. This actor,
Michael Rooker,
was in an M. Night. Let's see if you can get it. This actor was in an M. Night Shyamalan film.
Just one? Oh no!
Yes.
Does he have a hair lip?
He has the hair lip.
It's got to be Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix has recently finalized his deal to star as the Joker.
I could see it, but not as an origin Joker.
Yeah, he can do creepy very well.
The Master. Oh man.
But origin. Origin. What the fuck? Joker didn't get a start when he was 51.
They want to do an origin because they're not making a Batman movie. And how else are you going to make a Joker movie without it being a Batman movie?
Well, those fucking Venom people are trying to do it
over there
with Spider-Man.
Because I think they're going to tie that in at some point.
Maybe down the road, and I'm sure they'll make a lot of reference and like, oh, a silhouette.
And it's got the Marvel Studios thing,
really
so like they're able to tie it in. But with this Joker, what are you going to tie it? Like, okay, I guess my point is, if they want to, they can tie the Venom movie into Spider-Man. What are they going to tie this Joker movie into? Because I'm guessing this latest crop of washed out color, everything is dreary DC shit is got to be on its way out. Like, how many more Justice Leagues are they making? Like, do you want to tie it into the ship that's sinking? You want to rope onto something that's rising?
This it almost should have Batman in it. You could have like early adventures between Joker and Batman. They're gonna have him falling into the fucking thing. They're gonna, if they stray too far from it, because there's a couple variations of that. They'll pick one and they'll go with it, and then Batman. What the fuck is this movie gonna be? DC.
Yeah, they don't know what the fuck they're about to do.
And honestly, the best part of the movie will be Joaquin Phoenix, because he's not gonna know what's going on, but he's gonna creep the shit out of the scenes.
Yeah.
Jared Leto, come on, fucking baby face little shit. I'm the Joker. Get the fuck out of here. Joaquin Phoenix already looks like the Joker.
Looks like casting Facebook guys. Lex Luthor. That was worse. That was worse than Jared Leto's Joker, right? No?
Who? What?
Facebook as Lex Luthor? Jesse Eisenberg?
Oh, yeah, I was like... Ooh.
That was bad. Now, I didn't get to see... I didn't bother seeing Suicide Squad, but I have had to see him as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, who did a worse job portraying
Let us
their
know
character?
in the chat.
I let us know, because they both did a very bad job. It's got to be a tie. I think it's.
And
I think
like
it's
not
a tie.
looking the part. Like terrible design for the movie as far as the character look is concerned for both of them.
See, I think Eisenberg at least tried to do a thing. It was just wrong. And Jared Leto was like, I'm gonna do a weird cosplay. I'm gonna do a cosplay.
They didn't pick their costumes, so like to me, that's on other people.
Yeah. All right, that was a lot of talk. So thanks to Robocop's coming. I'm gonna go play Friday the 13th here in a little bit.
No,
Hulk
you're
Hogan's
not.
back. David Arquette's got cum hands.
Yeah, that picture's still up.
All right, plugs. Besides Wednesday, what more about Wednesday? What's Wednesday?
One Trick Pony. I'm going to play a few songs for some family members that are out here. That's it's in Lansing. Starts at 7:00. Go
see that. Support Jim. Get him booked. I'm telling you, the owners see fucking fresh meat walking in, they'll book you. We don't even have a stage, but we'll book you, man.
They barely do.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Dilzawada, and on Steam playing Friday the 13th as Jason doing missions. Thanks for listening and watching, kind of. I don't know why it does the bad thing that it does, but it happens. Thanks for listening. I'm the Cum Man.
I'm Dick Jones.